There's two major ways of creating art, and then artists learn to appreciate the other. Because instinctively, people are drawn, as an artist, you are drawn to one particular direction. And what are those directions? The first one is what I call the hero's journey. And basically, you have this instinctive, unstoppable desire, or it can come from some kind of childhood wounds or your environment. It maybe is an escapism for you, or you're literally trying to escape from where you are, whatever it is that you decide to take that journey as a hero, and you are done. You don't know anything, you don't really have a support, and you just go. And with that going out, you have to face with the fears, you fight with dragons, whatever it is along the way. You meet with old people, you meet with nice people, you start to learn more about yourself, and there's a lot of conflict in there. And like every step is a conflict resolution. Once you have that resolution, you go to the next step. It's I guess it's like you can write it as the artist's journey, which is not just self-discovery and self-belief, but it's like the path of the hero's journey, learning to understand that everything around it is a reflection of you, and you can change that sometimes by what does people say, like being delusional about what you see. And this is the first way, and this is generally more of a, I think, expressionist or action paintings, expressionist, punky, out loud, just the way that you as an artist find the inspiration of divine in everything, because you realize you are part of that divine, and that comes out of you. And one of the ways that it comes out of you is that you gain the skills along the way to trust yourself, to create the brush strokes, to learn to use your body, learn to use your voice, learn to use whatever you need to use in your craft, and learn to let go. And what that let go is, learn to channel. So it's almost like it's not like being a robot, but being just an extension, being just a branch of a tree, and letting the wind to make you move. Oh? So that's one way of being the artist and producing the work. And I think, like in the art world, this takes the longest time to get the recognition, because in somehow people kind of want the artist to look crazy, or to act crazy, or create the sensations or stirls or swirls to prove herself or himself the worthy of the art that it's doing. But it doesn't necessarily have to be, because you mature along the way and learn to understand those energies. And I'm just seeing a cardinal on the tree, by the way. That's beautiful. It's quite far away. So this is one way. And the other path is, this is more like a control path. It's more of a being mathematically architect of everything that's happening around you. So systematic, understanding the geometry, understanding patterns embedded, and mathematics embedded in life, understanding the order. So the first one is chaos, and the second one is order. So in time, this achieving the order is such requires methodical thinking, focus, and encapsulating yourself in your own thoughts and environments. And this also kind of requires creating a methodical essays with your artwork. So this is much more easier and palatable to understand and to value because of its symmetries, its order, its value is much easier to put. And when I say it's everything is in order, it's not coming from a chaos. So of course, some artwork could it doesn't have to have all these strict lines. It can be bendy, it has curves, but the curves are in part of geometry. So it's not just coming from chaos and projecting that energy, projecting that emotion, projecting that path, projecting that personality, or projecting that whatever that is projected, or the channel in that sense. But it is a lot more controlled and see, I'm going to reflect and represent this methodical lines and tell a story that's very understandable consciously or for the mind that who is looking at it. That's the other way. I think in time, the artists learn how difficult the other is. But the art world favors, because it's a lot more easier to give a price, give a name to the second one. Or sometimes the first one is put out there by the artist as repeating the same thing, is as if it's almost like a monologue with your own self that goes to eternity, or as if the artist in it is in a loop and just painting the same thing over and over again. There's nothing wrong with it. It is in a loop of painting the same thing, almost from different perceptions, from different universes. From now I'm going to paint another rabbit, but now I'm here, as if it is always the same thing, as if it's my handprint is different every time I do it, because I am a different person in every different second. So if you're trying to break through as an artist, and if you're on the first path, probably it's very, very difficult unless you start to imitate how the methodology of the second path is putting their work out to represent themselves as an artist. Because in that chaos, the order that you see is not directly visible and instantly visible to the eyes of the museums, collectors, or critics.